Welcome to boardshop.co.uk, surfboard review time. Oh, something a bit different and a bit new and exciting today, and we've got a special guest who's going to jump on in a second. It's a new form board, it's the Mod Pro. Now, before Luke, Master Shaper Hart, comes and talks you through the details and what's good about it and what's great about it, the overview is, if you surf a mid-length already and you find them a bit ploddy, the one you've got is a bit flat, a bit boring, doesn't get on a rail easily enough, this is your next step. And if you're a hot dogging shortboarder who hates the idea of a mid-length, but age, beer, family and stuff are getting in the way and you're gonna have to get on a mid-length, this is the one for you. This is the board to transition to from a shortboard and get all the benefits of a mid-length, more waves, more fun, bigger smiles, exactly, and all that usual stuff. Now, there's some key features to this new board, the Mod Pro. Luke, come in, Luke. And Luke's going to talk us through them.
Hello everyone.
He knows about them, I don't.
Yeah, so I'm a mid-length surfer, also a UK surfer, and me and Alan spend a lot of time at Fistral complaining about how rubbish the waves are. And what I like to do is make surfing easy by surfing more board. And it sounds so obvious, but a lot of people, if you just give them that analogy, they find that boring. That board's boring. Sometimes those extra rail length boards can seem dull to someone who's surfing a shortboard who wants better waves. So how do you make the most of those lesser waves without having loads and loads of rail length? And a key for me is a 2+1 mid-length with loads of rail. People that have ideas of that sort of board tend to find that they're slow and really pivoty. So what we've done with the Mod Pro is trying to free up the pivot on the board so that it only comes when you're engaged on rail. So some of the key features, as Ian alluded to, are the flat deck. Now I think this is really important for UK waves. Most of our waves come in slopey. They're like this. They're also, on average, something crazy like 8 seconds slower than other places. Do you know that?
Yes,
our waves
sadly.
are that bad. 8 seconds slower in pace than other places in the world that we might want to go on holiday. So to deal with that, you haven't got loads and loads of pocket. So you don't want thick rails and short sort of bulbous sitting on top of the water boards, because they'll slide out during that slope because there's not enough pocket to sort of grab them. So flatter deck with, can you see that on the camera, like a chine here, and it just drops down, the rail drops down, and it just gives you a more performance rail that you've got loads of stability from your flat deck, but the rail is allowed to engage in the face. And then the outline is relatively elliptical, pretty fluid, but you've got, what I've done is made the board wider, so it's not super narrow, because another thing, when you're riding extra rail length boards and you go too narrow, you straighten that rail out too much, goes around the corner in 50 years, boring. So the idea of this is that you surf it a bit wider and not crazy much bigger than your head height, around, you know, a couple of inches more than your head height. So it's a mini mid length, I guess, in a weird way. And the idea is that you've got only the necessary, third time lucky, parts of the board engaged through a turn, and that keeps you fluid, that keeps you on rail without slowing down. So the bottom shape is single concave, and it has like a splitter in here to accentuate V without actually having to have a V, which creates pivot and drag. So it is got single into the double that funnels straight up here, then a drop down channel, and then a thruster that's slightly clustered, just slightly higher up the board and slightly closer together, just to give you loads of pivot, loads of whip, loads of control, and it will maintain speed really, really well. That's the whole concept of the board, that it can maintain speed and catch waves really, really well, and that's what makes it a really good UK board.
Wave range?
I don't think they really have one. I think it's more down to what you want to do. I think you could surf that. I can surf it in knee-high waves. I'm pretty rubbish at surfing. I can also surf in pretty big Fistral, but I might find as a lesser surfer that having a bit more rail length in really small waves gives me a bit more trim. But I don't. There isn't one. It's about the surfing you do on it. It's about the weakness of the wave rather than the size, and it'll go in pretty much anything, honestly.
Cool. Right, we'll argue about who the worst surfer is out of the pair of us off camera.
It's you.
I'll win. Yeah. Cheers. Thanks, Luke. So it's the Mod Pro. from Form, from Luke Hart, Alan Stokes. It's a lovely looking thing. It's very pleasing under the arm. I will be ordering one, but not paying for it. Thanks, Luke. Custom orders available, obviously. It's also available in the most excellent TST technology, which gives that epoxy feel, that pop, and is really, really tough as well. It's a little bit of extra money, but in terms of durability and how the board surfs and how it retains its performance, it's really good value. Custom orders available in either technology, the PU or the TST. 0% finance, trade in your old board, and subscribe to our channel, please. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Luke.
Cheers.